The first trailer for the Fallout TV series Season 2 has just been released. And it's a massive trailer jam-packed with action. And not only are we continuing the story from Season 1, but we've got action in there from Fallout 4, Fallout 3, Fallout 76, and of course massive doses of Fallout New Vegas. Discovering all the detail hidden in here could be overwhelming, so I've done it so you don't have to. So get comfy, get yourself a nice refreshing Nuka-Cola, and let's break it down together. Coming up next on Fallout Play Build Collect. We start off with Lucy, the Ghoul and Dogmeat, and it seems like they're walking their way to New Vegas. They stop at an unknown camp and some unknown voice asks Lucy if they're searching for a friend or a foe. And the Ghoul replies, "That's a great question." Straight away here we're faced with the idea that Lucy is still very conflicted about her feelings for her father. Next we see them just 50 miles from New Vegas. They're passing a car, not sure whether they were driving the car and it's broken down or that's just something by the side of the road. And we see this close up of Lucy and she looks very clean and tidy. Maybe they were able to clean up at the camp they're at. And then we get this gorgeous long range shot of New Vegas. And it's incredible the level of detail they've gone to here to try and match the game. Then we get this lovely transition into a flashback of the city before the war. And I think it's one of the absolute genius things of this show. The flashback idea lets us go back and see bits of the Fallout universe we've never seen before in the games. And it's also a bonus that we get to view those flashbacks through the eyes of Cooper Howard, who I think is a great character in his own right. Bit of a mystery clip now. We have Lucy in what seems to be a film set by first glance. But there's a massive amount of detail in this really brief clip. The farm background is very similar to what you had in the vault at home. The rug on the floor, very similar to those in the game. The furniture, the lights, everything matches the games very, very well. And of course we've got those lovely little details of having a box of sugar bombs. And the iconic Giddy Up Buttercup next to the bed. Next is a clip that I know a lot of long-term fans and particularly New Vegas fans are going to love. We can see the Securitron robot Victor. And it looks like Victor may be trailing the Ghoul. Do you think he's following Lucy and the Ghoul the same way he follows the player in the game? In Season 1 we got to see Mr. House very briefly towards the end, and I think we all knew he was going to be back for a very major role in Season 2. And no surprises, it's Cooper that's come to see him, and I don't know about you but I'm really looking forward to seeing the interaction between these two. Now we move on to something that's going to be very interesting in this series is the Brotherhood, and we start with a shot of a Brotherhood airship, and it's launching a vertibird. And we can see in this longer shot they're back at an airfield, just like they were in Season 1. And the really interesting thing here with the airship is we can see this forecastle section here on the front, and the airship in the game doesn't have that. In fact, the airship in the show from Season 1 is significantly bigger than the one in the game was. But I did a whole video looking into that, so if that's something you're interested in, I'll leave a link to that video at the end of this one. Maybe give that one a watch next. The Maximus sequence ends with this shot of him looking very reflective. I wonder if he's going to have a more mature attitude in this season. Another clip I know a lot of old school Vegas fans are going to be very fond of. It's our first look at Caesar's Legion, and it appears that Lucy's been captured by them. If we take a close look we can see again the team has done a fantastic job of matching them to the game, and you can even pick out what type of soldier they are by the outfits they're wearing, just like in the game. And those iconic New Vegas moments just keep coming as we move over to Novak. And we see the Ghoul here having some kind of a fight. And it appears as Lucy's up in the big dinosaur at the back there. Now we're back to flashbacks. Cooper Howard, his wife, and this one is with his child. Then we move over to the Lucky 38 where he's riding this bomb like a bucking bronco. And I wondered if this could be some kind of homage to the Stanley Kubrick film Dr. Strangelove. Now we have a very brief but interesting clip of these two characters in power armour fighting what appears to be ghouls. Now when I slowed this down and I had a closer look, I think this is Maximus's power armour because I think you can see the claw marks from Season 1 across the front logo. So made me think if we're actually going to see the Brotherhood doing what they're meant to be doing, out eradicating ghouls. Do you think this means we're going to see a Brotherhood that's much closer to Fallout 3, Fallout 4 or Fallout 76? And next shot I would guess will be very early on in the season, perhaps in the first episode, because we see Hank for the first time. And he's looking sunburnt and dishevelled in his power armour just as he did at the end of the last episode of the first season. The next shot is really interesting because it appears he's arriving at some kind of Vault-Tec headquarters. But if we slow this down and look closely, we can see this is actually underground. You can see walls and a roof above it. And straight away this reminded me of the Vortec DLC from Fallout 4, because I built something very similar to this. Instead of building a vault, I built an actual building in the underground area. Now, I haven't got round to putting that build online, so if you'd like to see that build, let me know in the comments and I'll put it up for you. We're back to Maximus now for another really interesting clip. He's flying in his vertibird. Who's the character next to him? Could it be Elder Maxim? He does look a lot like him and the coat is very, very similar. What do you think? Do you think this is Elder Maxim or do you think it's just a new character? Another brief but really cool scene here, because this is Cooper Howard in power armour. I wonder if this is going to be a flashback sequence to when he was in the military. I'm sure you'll remember in Season 1 where he mentioned he was familiar with fighting in power armour. Given the snow and the wintry environment, do you think this is possible, that this is taking us back to Fallout 3 DLC and the Battle of Anchorage? And we return again to that fight in Novak, and we can see Lucy up in the dinosaur mouth with a rifle, and Dogmeat next to her barking approval as the Ghoul blows somebody up with a hand grenade. Looks like we're getting the return of the chicken harming snake oil salesman. Back to this amazing shot of New Vegas and the Ghoul falling out the casino window. Another really brief but incredible shot. This time we have Maximus and somebody else in a suit of power armour, as we see these Brotherhood airships appear to be fighting each other in the background. Between the Brotherhood fighting each other and the multiple airships, I think there's too much to unpack here. I think we'd need to go into this in its own video. These brief quick fire sequences continue towards the end here, as we see these Vault dwellers appear to be fighting red roaches. And you can see this is in Vault 31. Massive nostalgia from this clip, as we see a birthday party in one of the vaults. Of course this is a massive throwback to Fallout 3. Another beautifully recreated scene from New Vegas here, as we have the Ghoul and Lucy having a gun battle outside Gamora. And we're nearly at the end. Massive thank you for staying with me through this one. And we have a character in power armour who appears to be fighting a Securitron. But what is this the person in power armour is carrying on their back? Another very brief glimpse. This appears to be two creatures fighting each other. Is this a red scorpion or maybe even a Mirelurk? What do you think? At first glance this just looks like Lucy shooting someone in a gunfight. But if we slow this down and take a closer look at these characters, I think they could be members of the Elvis impersonating King's gang. Slow motion clip of Lucy now in front of the New Vegas sign, and I think she might be holding here a radium rifle from Fallout 4. For our final clip we have the Ghoul and Lucy hiding behind this car, and it looks like some kind of creature coming up on them. Could this be the Deathclaw? Let's brighten this up and slow it down and take a look. Is this our first proper look at a Deathclaw in a Fallout TV show? I think it could be, but what do you think? So what did you think of this new trailer? I was really surprised they showed us this much this soon. I expected something much shorter. Do you think perhaps they've showed us too much? I must say I was really impressed with pretty much everything we saw. For me there was no red flags here at all. Everything seemed to be spot on. And the thing that really stood out for me, much like Season 1, it looks like they're not just focusing on one part of the story. I saw elements from Fallout 3, Fallout 4, from DLCs, even Fallout 76 here or there. It looks like they're really paying homage to the whole series here again. If you got this far into the video, you probably really enjoyed it, so don't forget to smash that like button for me. I'll leave you my suggestions here of what to watch next, but don't forget I've got a whole channel. There's over 50 Fallout videos. I'm sure you'll find some you'll really enjoy, particularly if you like building in Fallout 4 or Fallout 76. I'd love to make more videos for you guys, and don't forget you can help me do that by supporting me here with memberships on YouTube, or perhaps just show your appreciation and tip me a few dollars over and buy me a coffee. And you can also keep up with what I'm up to on X now. I've been doing some new content here on YouTube and on those other platforms, so keep an eye out for that. So until next time, massive thank you for all your support, and I hope to see you in another video very soon. Thanks for watching.